Right now I'm in beast mode. On fire in my beast mode. Right now I'm in beast mode. I'm back in the game. On fire in my beast mode. Remember my nickname. I'm back in the game.
We coming, man. We coming just like they prepared. Alcorn got something to say. What's special about this band to me is it's a different type of ambiance. It's a different type of feel. It's a different type of aura that you get, you know, being around the students, being around the people here. It's a vibe. It's a place. It's all the intangibles. And I feel in love with it. I'm gonna be honest. You know, I'm not an Alcornite, but I feel as though I am. You know, I feel like I'm doing God's work. I feel like I'm supposed to be here. You know, so it's something special about this band, something special about the community, you know, and when we get it and we on.
Pick up your feet, keep your back straight. Point your toe, come on, just like that. Style, coming down on ABC. You on NBC, you on BET, I can do this all day. I used to give style lessons. Come on, man, pick up your feet.
Putting together a field show, you have students from corp style schools, traditional style, and then nowadays you have students that come to these college programs that rarely march. You know, they've been on a blow and go system. You know, they might have done I hope them folks don't get mad at me on this for them, but they might have done, you know, a show throughout the fall, you know, and, you know, for whatever reason, but, you know, it's more of a playing in the stands type of deal now.
Picking up their feet on that, they pointing. You just feel it. It look like something. Here go y'all. You thinking you picking up your feet, but you really not.
Some names immediately evoke an uncommon sense of family, an unmistakable sense of character, an undeniable sense of legacy. Always, where trailblazers and innovators chart new paths of possibility, where academic rigor empowers the strength of character to lead with knowledge and integrity. It's a name that harkens back to over 150 years of truly making a difference in our world. Always Alcorn.
So for whatever reason, but, you know, it's more of a playing in the stands type of deal now. It's more of a, you know, we got this battle of bands and you think you finna see a field show and it's nah. You know, the kids in the gym, you know, they going and everything like that. So, and I get it. However, in these HBCU bands, you got a show every week. You gotta do a field show. It's called marching band for a reason.
For the freshmen adjusting to the culture, I think it's gonna be hard for them because, again, like, coming to college, you're full of fear because you don't know what's going on. So they're gonna be, I wanna say, leading in fear, and we just have to tell them that, like, it's okay to be calm and calm your nerves. You don't have to be scared of everything. Scared my whole freshman year, and then I got to the summer and I started retaining the things that we were playing. And then now I'm not really scared, I'm just excited. Difficulty I may experience is probably gonna be asserting my dominance because I am a short female over a bunch of males. And I'm also in a male field and I'm over it, so yeah. Just asserting my dominance and showing that I'm the one that's in control. Me being the section leader in a male-dominated field makes me feel powerful. Shows that, like, I can do whatever I put my mind to. And at the end of the day, I'm just a cool person.
Here, every journey is unique, but no one walks alone. At the Alcorn State University School of Business, we don't just teach business, we always empower visionaries who dare to reimagine it. From day one, you'll forge connections and develop the confidence to lead in a rapidly evolving world. Join a legacy of trailblazers who don't just respond to change, they drive it. Always ahead, always empowering, always Alcorn.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
My sister's support means a lot. Especially me having 10 babies, crabbies, freshmen, incoming freshmen. It means a whole bunch. I have a lot on my plate with trying to balance 18 girls, well, 17, not including myself. But I have to balance myself as well because I have a team to uphold. So with them taking some of the weight off my shoulders is very, very, I really appreciate it. And for them to be there, even though it's hard, and be able to continue to learn and do things themselves is very appreciated with them. And I'm very glad to call them my sisters. For some people, just watching us coming into the stands and looking pretty, having on our uniform, our gold boots, and things like that, they just want to be there, but they don't want to put in the work to be able to get out there. And I feel like some of the ladies have come in, and it has been a very shock because sometimes people don't know what we do behind the scenes and how much work we put in day and night, morning, evening, to be able to put on those boots. That is something that is earned. It's not a right. So even though you made the team or anything, you have to be able to earn that spot on the field. So a lot of people just look at us and be like, oh, I can do that, or I can just come here and do this and do that. No, not necessarily. Sadly, you have to put in the work to do what the Golden Girls do.
These ladies, of course, they come in not really knowing, what's going to take place. But in order to get them to that place, they have to condition. So if their bodies aren't used to that, when we get on the track, they're pushing their bodies to the limit that, they didn't even know that they could reach. And so, first of all, it's a mind thing, being able to just really condition your mind to know, okay, I can do this. I'm going to push my body past where I've ever pushed it before.
First thing first, with having so many events coming up or performances, you have to breathe, for real. Take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, because it is something new. We have never did a battle of the bands in my 2 years of dancing with the Golden Girls, and it is something new. We're also nervous, but we are mostly excited because it's something that we can present and show the world that we can do. And I'm just, taking one step at a time always, and not try to get ahead of ourselves when trying to prepare for so much. So all we have to do is get our head in the game and prepare.
We've always known that education is the pathway to greater understanding. In our School of Education and Psychology, We believe in the power of human potential, both yours and those you'll serve. You'll join a community that is always championing innovation in human development while finding your own unique path to impact. Because we've always known that teaching isn't just a career, it's a calling. Always educating, always inspiring, always Alcorn.
Passion really comes from my dad, you know. When I was very young, you know, my dad was a band director. So with my dad being a high school band director, I grew up around band. So, you know, when my other brothers were playing video games and, you know, eating Pop-Tarts, you know, I was at band practice at 6 o'clock in the morning with the high school kids. So, you know, it was definitely something that I was like, I grew up with. You know, my dad always taught me to push through, you know, no matter what, even if you're tired, even if you don't want to do it, even if your body hurts, you know, always push yourself to be the best. So, you know, that's really where my passion comes from. And, you know, throughout my band career, you know, my band directors from, you know, high school, middle school, they've also done their fair share of, you know, helping me push to become the best version of myself. Dr. Martin has definitely been like way more supportive than I thought he would be. You know, just yesterday he was telling us about, you know, he has all of these different items for us in case we need it, you know, because again, we're still a big family. You know, he's also pushed us, you know, to tell us that, hey, like, you know, it ain't all sunshine and rainbows and you're just gonna have to push yourself. He's definitely had a very big impact on me thus far.
Having student leaders is the most critical thing you can have in your band. Take some of the weight off the directors. You can leave your student leaders in charge of the band and make sure the band runs as if the directors are standing right there. So having a student leadership, Kappa Kappa Psi, Tau Beta Sigma, your drum majors, your band captain, that force is a force to be reckoned with if everything is firing on all cylinders to take care of the band and make sure the band is rowing in the same direction Dr. Martin wants it to go.
Some of us directors, you know, that's in the old school. I have an old head, you know. To me, that's where it's at. Can you put on a good show? Can your kids drill? Can they march up and down that field? You know, and like I said, we have kids from all over, and you know, you gotta show them the way. You know, some of them don't know. You know, oh yeah, I'm used to marching band. I done did this, then the third. Well, yeah, y'all did a couple of parades, and y'all might have hit the field for homecoming. You know, we wouldn't exactly qualify that as being a, you know, a big time marcher in a program, you know, and no shade or nothing like that. Cause I rock with everybody, but sometimes, you know, we gotta call a spade. So when we crafting these shows and we working on fundamentals and things of that nature, you know, you got a tough time getting kids to march 8 to 5, knowing the different drill commands, you know, and then you talking about having them play at the same time, you know, and not mess up. So it's definitely a task, and it's actually funny, to be honest, but you know, we make it work. Yeah.
We believe nursing isn't just a major, it's a calling. We're not just teaching skills, we're cultivating trailblazers who transform healthcare. Every breakthrough, every compassionate touch starts with curiosity, courage, and community. At the Alcorn State University School of Nursing, passion fuels innovation. Your journey starts here. Always innovating, always transforming, always Alcorn.
Man, I'm so tired, boy, it's crazy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But we here, gentlemen. Tell me what y'all thoughts on this first week, man. We had the freshmen in, like what y'all feeling like, you know, besides being tired.
Bro, the freshmen on another level of this shit, bro. But I think that's all across the board, everywhere. Like, this is a different type of freshman class for everybody, bro. I've been seeing the clips of Bethune. I've seen Southern, man. Like, everybody's looking good this fall as far as their freshman classes.
Oh, what's up, man? What you think?
Get that number.
How you think this week went?
It's just for the freshmen, man. I think they off the chain musically. They came with enthusiasm. They had energy, and I think they're excited. I'm just ready to put it all together and see what it look like.
Look, this is what we're gonna do today. Y'all know we got upperclassmen new and them. I don't want to go too hard for this meeting because they excited. They like the excitement of being back on campus. You know, the excitement of seeing your crab brothers, your crab sisters. You know, being amongst friends and your bandmates. So, I don't want to bite them too hard, but we definitely want to set some expectations. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like lay down the law, basically. Like, but we don't want to, like I said, we don't want to bite them too hard. Not for this first meet.
Let me tell you why it's gonna be easy for us. Man, we got a good leadership team in place already. I do believe they got an earlier meeting before the actual official meeting. And they gonna take care of a whole lot of stuff and earn it out to where, you know, the staff just gonna be able to come in and do our job. And hey, man, I'm going to my bed tonight.
That's good. That's good. After we do get that meeting together, we'll probably start immediately tonight. We're gonna keep the freshmen and upperclassmen separate, you know, for a couple of days or whatever, so that upperclassmen can kind of, you know, get their mojo back and everything. But I think we'll be all right. We'll probably run the same schedule like we did the freshmen. It's just, man, you know, long days, man. I feel like the days running together. Mr. Chapman, you think you're going to be able to handle the upperclassmen whenever we do, you know, like I said, we're going to split them and keep them separate?
Yeah, most definitely, you know. We just stick to what we've been doing, you know, add the music from the freshmen to the upperclassmen and keep it moving.
Okay, cool. Logistically, Mr. Sterling, make sure that we checking our numbers, because we got an upper administration want to report to see how it's coming along. You know, like a preliminary report in terms of, you know, we getting ready for Maces and everything. So they want to know about the numbers, what we looking like. To be honest, man, this is crazy. I think the university be just excited as us. They be wanting to know, because we was in the cab, it was like, man, how many freshmen y'all got? You know, what we looking like? We gonna have this? You know, I think the cabins be just excited as us, man. What y'all think?
Hey, man, I think it's just the excitement of everybody wanting a bigger band. Right, and the quality, you know, and that's what we having. That's what we gonna have.
Yeah,
we gonna make sure.
Yeah, I think so. I'm just ready to get it, man. I'm just ready to get it. Also, too, for us as a staff, I think this got to be a year where we definitely been feeding off each other and just kind of tag teaming and getting at it. We definitely got to keep that up. And also, too, man, push the kids. You know, push the kids. I think they can rise to the occasion this year. So, you know, that's my charge to you guys, man. Let's make sure we push these kids. Let's make sure we give extra effort so they can give extra effort. And I think we'll be all right. And let's go check out the auxiliaries and see what they got going on.
All right.
Because we want to stay with the total group dynamic. You know, we a lot of times we be so consumed with the band, sometimes we may forget, you know, Purple Flashes or the Golden Girls or the drum majors. So we gonna let's take some time too to go check on the auxiliaries if y'all cool with that.
All right.
Next week on Sounds of Dyn-O-Mite Road to the Battle.
No, that's too much now. Too much.
Band practice gets more intense.
Lining up at 35, 45, 25, hold on.
The upperclass make their way on campus. Freshmen feel a bit of anxiety as expectations are high.
trombones in there, man. We trying to push that up out of 30-piece trombone section. You gotta do it, man. Stop being scared.
The auxiliary units chase perfection. And the road to the biggest stage is just the beginning. This is Sounds of Dyn-O-Mite Road to the Battle.